Welcome back to the program. I want to talk about Iran and some information that you're not going to hear anywhere else. Okay? Number one, we're hoping still and praying still that President Trump does the right thing and wipes out the Irgc. Don't know if it's going to happen. Not going to even predict it anymore. However, Israel has also said that regime change is something that they are looking into and that they have as a goal for the Iranian regime. Now, when that happens, I don't know. Could be soon, could be months from now, could be a year from now. I have no idea. Once again, not going to make any predictions. But what I can tell you is that right now, the IRGC is at its weakest point it has ever been, number one. And number two, they are being hunted down and they are being killed. Not by Iranian dissidents and citizens. Nope. By another group. Listen to this, okay? This is news you're not going to hear anywhere else. Internal collapse. Overstretched IRGC is now facing Kurdish fighters that have ignited multiple fronts inside Iran to wipe out what's left of the IRGC. A massive wave of armed insurrectionists and targeted assassinations have erupted across western Iran, leaving multiple regime security forces dead as overstretched IRGC units struggle to contain internal rebellions, number one, while also fighting a broader regional war with Kurdish fighters. A fresh wave of violence is shaking Iran's Kurdish west, where Kurdish opposition fighters and Iranian regime forces are now clashing across multiple flash fronts from Mahabad and Banaa to Pava and Paravan. The sudden intensification of domestic fighting comes at a critical moment for the Islamic Republic as its elite military forces find themselves highly vulnerable to localized insurgencies. Tehran is now being forced to divert critical resources to its western borderlands, even as it deals with massive strategic losses and geopolitical pressure across the wider Middle East. The mountainous clashes follow a string of highly targeted attacks on regime security personnel deep within civilian areas. In Pava, 2 local IRGC and besieged members were shot dead directly outside of their homes, while 2 others were left severely wounded. State-linked outlets and local officials reported that 2 other armed men riding a motorcycle opened fire at an entrance of the residential buildings of the IRGC before fleeing the scene. The deceased men were officially identified as Burhan Karazani and Khalid Kaladinya, both local regime-linked terrorists. The latest escalation comes as Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps claimed that it killed 6 members of a Kurdish opposition team in the mountains between Mahabad and Parashar. Regional officials announced that 4 bodies, weapons, and equipment were successfully seized after an IRGC ambushed backed by heavy artillery fire. The Free Life Party of Kurdistan, known as PJAK, has not yet confirmed those claimed losses, and most people have said that it's not true. You know, one of the things that the Iranians do is they lie. They have to lie because they're communists, because they're Islamists, and that's what they do. Then they have to threaten, we're going to wipe you off the face of the earth. We're going to do this. We're going to drop, there'll be a serious response if you do this. They can't do anything, okay? Nothing. They are weaker than circus lemonade, and everybody knows it in the region. Maybe they don't know it here in the West, but they certainly do know it in the region. And you're going to see more and more and more of these brazen attacks against the IRGC inside Iran, and it may just be in western Kurdistan area right now, but it's going to creep into, I guarantee, it's going to creep into the big cities in central Iran and around Tehran. It's coming, folks. It's coming. Then it says, Let's see. Local human rights activists revealed that one of the slain men was actively accused of helping suppress the women, life, and freedom protests that erupted after the death of Mahsa Amini, a young Kurdish woman in regional custody. A newly emerging Kurdish group calling itself Korahiva, or Son of Hope, reportedly claimed responsibility for the targeted assassinations, though the claim remains unverified by independent intelligence agencies. Further north, a daring checkpoint attack in Banaa killed at least 2 Iranian security personnel and wounded several others in a rapid firefight. In response to the growing chaos, PJAK leaders stated that the IRGC forces launched a major counter-operation near Gagosh, south of Mahabad, triggering heavy clashes with its fighters. Separate reports indicate earlier heavy fighting occurred between the IRGC and the YRK, which serves as PJAK's armed wing, around the Maravan region after regime artillery and mortar attacks targeted Kurdish border areas. Kurdish opposition fighters opposed to the Iranian regime have faced repeated missile and drone attacks from Iran in recent weeks amid the ongoing war involving the United States, Israel, and Iran. PJAK is one of several Iranian Kurdish opposition groups operating inside and around Iran in the northern western part around Iran's mountainous western frontier regions, frequently utilizing the rugged terrain to launch surprise raids against government infrastructure. Tehran has long pressured Iraq and the Kurdistan region to disarm or expel these groups, while repeatedly striking Kurdish opposition positions across the international border. The current blistering pace of internal attacks suggests something far more dangerous for the theological regime. Iran's internal fault lines are widening rapidly. While the IRGC is already stretched thin by regional war, proxy losses, and deepening economic instability at home, with the military focused heavily on external threats, domestic rebel factions are exploiting the security vacuum to challenge the regime's iron grip on the country. So there you have it. That's what's really going on right now. Now, is that going to lead to complete regime change? I have no idea. Quite frankly, I think that the United States needs to step it up with the help of Israel. We would put boots on the ground with Israel. They're in the area. They know these places. They're the ones that most at risk of a nuclear-armed Iran. So Bibi has said, and Israel Katz have both said, that it's not a matter of if, but when we go and we attack and take out this regime. So what America won't do now, Israel, Kurdistan, and other factions hopefully will, and do it soon. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.